Welcome back with my new video. Today I'm going to share with everyone how to install OS and some benchmark on Beelink GTR5 5900HX mini PC. My last video I share with you, unboxing and how to install, upgrade parts to this mini PC. It is very good typical Beelink build quality. The GTR5 body is made of high strength, lightweight aluminum magnesium alloy. I like the fact that we can add an additional 2.5-inch drive and M.2 SATA drive. If you wanted to do so that you can also upgrade the RAM up to 64 GB. I'm going to install Windows 10 using bootable USB drive. If you want to create a bootable USB drive, I'll leave the links to these bootable drive creator software in the video description below. You can download and create a bootable USB drive using this software easily. When booting, press the delete key to go to BIOS setting. Then go to the boot menu and select USB drive under boot option 1. Next go to save and exit menu, and select save changes and exit. After rebooting, select your options and let Windows 10 install, then download and install all drivers related to this Beelink mini PC. Once the OS and drivers are installed, I quickly run Cinebench R20 to check benchmark values. On Cinebench R20 the GTR5 has got 577 for single-core performance and 4656 for multi-core. These are system information of this GTR5 mini PC. This one is powered by Ryzen 9 5900HX mobile processor with integrated Radeon graphics. So you see, with this particular chip, it can run up to 54 watts, and I have noticed that Beelink just has it configured to 45+ watts. So the performance isn't quite as good as what you would expect. Now it does have 8 cores 16 threads, the maximum turbo with this one is 4.6 GHz and the Vega 8 graphics with 8 GPU cores. To get the best performance, this unit must be run at dual-channel RAM. This one includes Wi-Fi 6E and Bluetooth 5.2 along with the dual 2.5 Gigabit Ethernet ports. Despite being a mini PC, this GTR5 can support up to 3 4K 60Hz displays, one from the HDMI 2.0, one from the DP 1.4 and one USB-C 3.1. You can allocating more VRAM to the graphics within CMOS. Later I run a full benchmark using Cinebench R20, Cinebench R23, 3D Mark times Pi, CPU profile, night rate, and Firestrike. These are the values I got after benchmarking this mini PC. For Cinebench R20 the GTR5 has got 4637 for multi-core performance and 573 for single-core performance. For Cinebench R23, it did 11,948 for multi-core performance and 1,478 for single-core performance. For Geekbench 5, it did an overall score of 16,326 for integrated Radeon graphics, and did 6,822 for multi-core performance and 1,494 for single-core performance. Take a look at the individual scores here. As for the 3D Mark, I did try to run times Pi and Firestrike, but obviously, the scores weren't that impressive. I got only 1,495 and 3,657 respectively. As we suspect it's going to be low, because it's only 45+ watts, not 54 watts. Even I can't change it within CMOS. If anyone knows how to get around this, please let me know in the comments below. Next, putting the GTR5 through the less stressful night raid, but ended up giving a 15,450 score. You can allocating more VRAM to the graphics within CMOS. I changed it to 8GB while I have 40GB RAM on my system. Back to the storage devices. Both the WD Blue 500GB SATA SSD and Micron 2210 512GB NVMe SSD perform well for sequential reads and writes when benchmarked with Crystal Disk Mark and ASSSD benchmark. Thank you everyone, and I hope you enjoyed watching my review of this. Please remember to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so, and I will see you in the next video.